Were you listening to this
Of
jam
course.
and you thinking,
No.
Kenya is not ready?
We are listening to the songs. Of course, you could tell it's a good song, but you don't know like it's a mega hit.
Oh,
Like you just know it's a good song,
okay.
and that's how I saw them or I heard them, and I was like, whoa! And we were listening to Nishike, and Bia was like, hey, there's this song. They play. They're like, whoo, this is too hot. Anyway, we already started talking about like doing Nishike and doing Surayako.
Nishike.
When did we do Nishike? Nishike was produced by Kagwe Mungai.
Yep, that's why I was saying, because you're not the ones who are producing.
Yeah. But it was just around that whole time when, we are still working with other producers. We're not at the close to working alone, So Kagwe Mungai pulls up to the studio and we're just like, it was after Still the One. And we were everybody's darling. Still the One is such a cute song. Hey, those guys, I love them. Me, Sauti Sol, yani. And then Kagwe comes with that song, and the moment he plays that track, I just heard that thing and I was like, man, I feel like singing something raunchy here. We should just sing about sex, guys. Hey, everyone is like, fine. So we write the lyrics, turn off the lights, pretty baby, The whole verse, the song really like just flows.
Play me some Sauti
Chimano gets
Sol.
in, kills it, like, call Enos Olik. Enos Olik, we went to high school with Enos Olik. And with him at Alliance Française. So Enos Olik is our boy from before.
Way back.
He even shot Still the One.
Yep.
Most of our videos. And Enos Olik listens to the song, he's like, let's do something raunchy. I'm gonna call models, you're gonna be like this. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Into the Nishike.
Like, did you know it was going to cause you that much drama?
Yes, we did. We knew it was going to cause some fracas, some chaos. And this is now in this time of recording the Live and Die in Africa.
So even before Nishike, you recorded Live and Die in Africa?
Yes, Live and Die was already recorded.
Oh,
the
okay.
song itself.
That's why, but just not released.
Not released. So we're still in the process of doing the album. So that's when we realized, let's do a Live and Die in Africa album. Then we were like, let's get also other producers, because as we were just starting out. Let's get other young, because now we had considered ourselves old already, but we're not old. We're like 26 maybe, 27. We're like, let's get some young kids to jump in and see, what ideas they have. So Kagwe,
Mungai, yeah.
Kagwe is fresh from the UK.
Yep.
He's young, maybe at that point he's maybe 20. So he's this young, cool kid, he makes amazing beats. So he comes, sits with us. He had linked up with BN first. So he comes to the studio, plays us some stuff. So he plays us tracks and tracks and tracks, and we don't feel really any. And also it's remember, we're just transitioning from being a band that does live stuff into now studio, full-on production. And the only other previous songs that have beats are Gentleman, Money Lover, and Still the One. That's it. So now this boy comes with all these funky, fancy beats, and we are all like, okay, this is great, but how do we fit in? Like, we want to fit in, but we don't know how. Then he had not wanted to play the Nishike track. I don't know why. Then it's like that's always the case. It's always the last thing that is played. So he plays it like the last thing, and we were like, yeah, this one has something. Especially the rising synth in the beginning. Like, this is so nice, it's so sensual. And I think also coming from the Still the One mentality of sensual stuff, like, actually this could work really well. So we were like, this song, we can only sing about sex. There's nothing else. Honestly, there's not, there's not, like, it doesn't make sense to sing about global warming with this track.
You did think about global warming. The real one.
Oh my gosh. It was, that's a real global warming. The proper global warming.
That's funny.
So he plays the track, and we just start jamming to it, start writing, and it's just all sensual stuff. And it just started flowing. We came up with the chorus, the initial chorus was Nishike, Nishike Shike. So that Nishike Shike, the what is it called? Iyo kusisitiza, iyo Nishike Shike was sounded very like raunchy and not sensual. So we removed the Nishike Shike. So just Nishike, Nishike, just Nishike, Nishike. Then, yeah, and then everyone wrote their verse.
What studio are you in right now?
It's still Penya giving us the studio.
That song was recorded there?
Yeah.
What?
Penya. Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Yeah. So they gave us the studio. And then even now in the house in Kileleshwa, now Savara and I have started production, we also have a small setup in our bedrooms. He has his setup in his bedroom. I have my setup in my bedroom.
I get it.
Very minimal, like laptop,
the monitors,
sound card, 2 channel, that's it. On the mic. So we recorded Nishike at Penya, but this is outside the record deal. And we recorded and we were like, wow, this song, yeah, it has something. And we also felt like we had been taken as a boy band for so long, and very this softy boys who
good boys.
Good boys is the word. I just wanted to transition into men, and we thought maybe this would be. But I didn't thought of it like that critically, but that's what it ended up being. It's like this is a good transition for us into just people seeing us differently. This is the time also. This is the climax of P Square with Alingo at that time. Like it's just there's a stardom that we needed to tap into if pop is a direction that we are taking. So yeah, so we did the song, and now in comes our manager at that time, Marek. So Marek also now came with different ideas.
So is Mauricio still there?
Mauricio is still up until now.
Okay, him is been a constant.
There. Yeah, him has been a constant.
So even when Marek is coming, Marek is not coming to take his place.
No. Because that's not, Mauricio is just legal and just literally is like our father taking care of us.
Okay.
And stuff.
Jambi is not there.
Jambi left a long time ago.
So when a gig comes, who does a phone call come to?
At that point was, now we had
Anyiko is
stopped talking
still there.
Natalie. Anyiko is with us. There was a good friend of ours called Martin Openda.
Mato.
Yeah.
I was in school with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Mato was our manager for a while.
He was actually your manager?
Yeah, for like a year or something.
I thought he managed you had a foundation, especially with the Soma Soma period.
Yes. So he transitioned into Soma Soma after managing us.
Oh.
Yes. Then when we got Marek, he transitioned into Soma Soma.
Foundation.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
It's a whole journey, my friend.
So Marek comes. How does Marek come?
Yeah, so Marek comes in, and of course now with his more of exposure and stuff, he's like, yeah, this video needs to be on a crazy level. So I don't know what we'll do, but it needs to be on a crazy level. So at this point, he's already started managing us because we met at some gig. What I remember is we met at NIS. We were playing at some gig for cancer, and he saw us performing, and we started becoming friends. And he was like, "I can take you guys to Czech Republic to perform." We're like, yeah, sure, cool. And at that time, Ninka was still helping us doing gigs in Holland, and yeah, Marek got us like 2 really big concerts in Czech Republic, like festivals, like really big festivals. And then when we came back, we're like, okay, maybe be our managers. Like, yeah, cool, fine. And they never worked with any entertainment. He had never been in entertainment before.
I get it.
Yeah, so we were his first entry into now the entertainment scene.
Sheesh.
And then we started working together, and now he came with these crazy ideas of the what he thinks the video should be like, or just the direction.
So he entered management, but also even A&R. By the time you're giving him that acceptance, he's not just collecting checks for you and organizing gigs.
Yeah.
He's even deciding. He's giving feedback, creative direction.
Yeah, which I mean, it's not that we don't tell someone, don't tell us whatever you think. It's like, yeah, I mean, if you feel you have an idea, just put it on the table. It's perfectly fine. So it wasn't like defined that this is like you can also do this. It's just, okay, this is how you feel. We can consider it for sure. So yeah, we did the video with
Kwanza, you hit the gym.
Yeah.
He did the video.
So we decided to hit the gym before we first of
You're
all
no longer boys,
pull
man.
up, Maze, yeah, because that song. Hey, let me tell you about what Nishike did to us. So actually, we hit the gym. We were looking chiseled as like crazy that time. 25 years old, 26 years, 25 years. I was 25. Your metabolism is proper. You hit the gym proper for like 2 months.
You're good.
You're good. But we're already like training. We've always been into fitness.
So we decided at that particular time they got nominated BT or MTV. Something. Either of the two. And
Or Channel O.
No, it was either MTV or BT.
Okay, so
I think it was MTV.
Okay.
Which was happening in South Africa.
Okay, yes.
They went down to South Africa. Okay, unfortunately, at that time they didn't win. And now when they came back, these guys were just energized to push. Because now there they went and interacted with a lot of other Afrobeat artists. Every African artist who was nominated.
You know, we've got to say this, and the reason I'm interjecting is the Sauti Sol that you're talking about is not the Sauti Sol that is now.
Yes.
That Sauti Sol had just transitioned from Afrofusion.
Yes.
In fact, their Gentleman and Still the One which you had just done was their first 808. Let's go.
Yes.
It's their first one where they had.
Yeah.
So they are not these huge stars that
Yes.
are there. People are just like, oh, we like Gentleman, we like Still the One. This is nice. But there are also people who don't like them. That the fact that they've done that.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not. I want somebody who's watching this not have the context of Sauti Sol, the mega stars.
Yes.
Hence why they didn't even win the MTV.
Yes.
Being nominated was big enough, but they didn't win.
Yes.
Okay.
So they in SA meet a lot of stars. They do not win. So we are here in Kenya. We're just watching. I'm here watching, and now in my mind, because now Still the One did well. Now we have ideas right, left, and center, and they come back. And of course, Kenyans on Twitter, they came back like this. I didn't really. But when they came back, we sat down with Akina Bien and the whole team, Akina Savara, and they're like, you guys, we need to really push, because Uko Inje guys are very proud of what they're doing. Guys are proud of their country. Like guys, when they're winning, they're like, this is for Nigeria. So if you're not winning, you're like, so guys came back energized. Even for me at that time, I was so energized. Had a couple of ideas. Immediately I already heard about Nishike. So I'd already started gathering ideas. I was getting references. But even for them, they're like, now we are going to the gym like for 3 months, Nini. You take an idea. We already have an idea. Angelo, Nini, of a direction that you wanted. So you come up with something. This one has to make noise.
Okay, so what was your idea? Was it sexy? Was it pushing the barriers in terms of sexual from a positive perspective? Then
so,
it was scary. but I want to hear what.
So I changed the ideas actually about 2-3 times.
Oh, for real?
Yes, I think I might still have the original like treatment. Anyway, I'll check for it. If I get it, I'll show you. I changed the ideas, but at the end of the day, it was we really need to show them as
no longer boys.
They're transitioning. We might lose a few fans, but this is what we need to do. Already at that time, we were already even talking about Surayako, even before we shot Nishike.
Whoa. And
you're like, after this, we also need to put now a song for the masses. So we're already planning for both of them at the same time. I think I have a very nice behind the scenes I'll share with you of Nishike. Like when you're finishing shooting Nishike, when of course you're praying, everything is done, we're good. At the shoot, you're already singing Surako.
Whoa.
That's where we were at that time.
I get it.
You need to restart that shit. So jina kubwa. Na kama unaoji kids ndio ni msanii. Wacha nikwambie kitu moja. Life ni hard. Unajua? As in life ni hard. Mashida zinaanza mimi personally mimi msanii nimezoea do. As in nimeanza kuona shida na Sauti Sol. Otherwise mimi ni babi. Na nawashow tu nyinyi wase wenye matako kama mimi as in. Lakini hard. Your life ni hard. Sasa tumenominate MTV. Na maisha ni tamu tu as in to kwa set. Upige kudem. Check kudem. Check.
Bien, ambanu kule kasi.
Ama kama mtu kata. Sineo. Na Kenya nasema tu lazima muendelee tu kwa fans on my tab. Alafu mimi nakunywa tu orange juice by the way. Life ni hard. I hate this man, but anyway.
Yeah, mood is what it is.
No, shooting we did the whole thing. Super chick. And I want you to be the best woman.
Okay,
You're gonna be the best woman.
okay, let's take another.
So already planning ahead. So these guys went to the gym.
We hit the
Boys to
gym,
men wase
my friend.
transform.
Where? So actually, this lifestyle of the gym started on tour first, because we were very skinny, thin boys. I'm looking at myself now. We're very skinny boys at that point. Then Stan is actually the one who got us into working out. Started like when you're on tour, we do a bit of push-ups and triceps on the chair, because we didn't have like any machines at that point. So it's like little kidogo entry into the working out regime. Then we come back, we realize image is very important and also your health. So we start working out kidogo. Not even
It's
for,
for Chile,
not for aesthetics. Not yet. For Chile's now was Nishike 100. So now when Nishike time came, we're like, okay, if this thing is central, we have to look a certain way.
Yeah.
And it was a serious transformation, and we took it seriously. Like, it is part, I believe even that time, even going into that regime, it brings a lot of discipline in your life. A lot. Because to want to achieve that in the space of 3 months is mad. You have to be fully committed.
Yeah.
So at this point, we can't really afford to pay for a monthly subscription at a gym. Like, we're not earning that much, and gyms are expensive then, there are very few. So paying like 15K or 10K every month is like, I'm not sure I have this money to spend on a gym. So we found other ways. So Bian and Savara were doing boxing in the morning in Kibera, waking up at 5 a.m. to go to Kibera to do boxing with Bian's brother Melvin Alusa. Go do boxing in the morning, come back, and then start your day. You can come back and nap if you wish, but just whatever it is, then start your day later on. Then Chimano and I started doing, if people know, P90X. I don't know if you remember P90X. It was an online program by Sean T.
Yes, I remember Sean T.
Sean T. He's still there. So we did Sean T for 2.5 months or 3 months, all body weight for 6 days a week, every morning. I'm telling you, we just started transforming like this. Like, okay, so this actually works. And of course, eating right. And then we're like, okay, now we're ready for the video. Let's do it. Because everyone had taken a certain shape. You know, we had started working out a while back on tour. So everyone is now fine-tuning their bodies. Lean. Yeah, so when we shot the video, all of us topless, oiled up, with the chicks. We auditioned the ladies in the video, because everyone had to kind of decide who they'd want to be with, or that would fit their scene. So we auditioned them at Peña, and everyone decided, they would, blend with this person, very beautiful girls. And at that point also, we wanted to also show, not just objectify, like also as men, as African men, to show ourselves, as sexy, and not just the other way around, as is always the case. Yeah, so that it was actually one of the most successful video shoots that we've ever done. Like, it was very smooth. Everything went according to plan. Everyone was so excited. When you see the shots, you're like, wow. It was something else, man. So we were all very excited, scared to death, like completely scared. But then I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you just have to make this jump. You gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, we shot the video. Then Enos came with the first cut, and the first cut was so like explicit. But like, you have to re-edit this video. There's no way. Or we didn't realize how much we had done. Like, you have to re-edit this video. Aki, please, just re-edit it.
Me, I was just there, busy. Ideas, crazy ideas, trying to get guys who can build sets.
So Sauti Sol give you freedom, eh?
Yes.
They trust you and they give you freedom.
Yes.
And this is not the Enos that we know.
No.
All of you guys are coming up.
Yes. we're coming up. But also at this time, they already believed in my vision.
Okay.
And for me, I was just going crazy with the ideas.
Nice.
I was just getting an idea, write it down, place it down like on a PDF, come and show them this is what I'm thinking. Like, you by the way, go ham. You whatever you're doing, as we're in the gym. So they're like, hata ukituweka kwa Nairobi nini Uhuru Park, tuko sawa, tuko gym. So they went for almost like 2-3 months daily, and we'd meet like after every 2 or 3 days. We're planning. They're like, next year when you're going for the awards.
This thing was being, you guys. I mean, let me explain. What you're saying is insane.
Yeah.
You're having a conversation in January for a shoot that you're going to do in April.
Yes.
And you're willing to wait.
Yes. And all this time we're just running.
And you're
ideas.
still meeting, like you're saying, we're meeting 2-3 days.
Yeah.
For something that you're going to do in March.
Yes.
Aye, bro.
And our mind is there. But you see, at the time you're doing it, you don't see it like that. You don't see it like we're doing it in like 3 months. No. You're actually thinking like you're doing it in the next like week or something. So you're just driven by passion. And everybody, for them, they're energized. They're like, next time we're going to the award show, we enter there, they have to know who Kenyans are. Even for me, I'm like, the next time you're going there, they have to understand who is this director. So everybody's just pushing. I have my team there. We're up and down trying to get guys or ideas. I have a lot of friends. There's a young guy called Protisa. He like creates like props, like cranes and different things that you can. He's a welder, but he's a very artistic guy. He's actually even a filmmaker.
Okay.
So they train. Finally, we decide we've locked the idea. Let's go and shoot it. We start planning. Even by the time we were planning that video, already at the studio they are recording Kuliko Jana.
Wow.
Yes.
These guys were moving. Kuliko Jana, which was released maybe another 4 years after, or 3 years after that.
I think 4 or 5 years after, I think.
What?
Yeah. So these guys are recording daily. They're recording. On my end, I'm just busy trying to get this idea out. And I'm trying to get as much knowledge of the different sets, lighting, how you're going to do this. And you finally end up shooting the video.
Okay, so tell me about that. First of all, that's a costly shoot. Where are you getting the money to do this?
So it's taken time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like happening in a week's time.
Okay.
So of course
they're chipping in.
Yes, guys are working. They're having their shows there and all that. So, but you're also trying to make sure like everything works for the budget that we have. We decide we're shooting it in a widescreen studio. So we shoot the place where we're shooting it. It cannot fit like a car to enter. But one of the crazy ideas that I have is to have a convertible car on Chimano's scene, like inside the studio. Wow, that's the only studio at that time that's big enough for that space. It's actually it's at Hillcrest, and it used to be like a school dining hall.
Wow.
So there's
Hillcrest
no way.
Karen.
No, the one in State House Road.
Oh, where? Paliuko.
Yes. So we're like, we have to fit a car here. So we figured out very quickly, like we can't get a car inside this place. So one of my good friends, and our good friends, is called Joe Lukovi. He's a photographer.
Yeah.
And he had love for like classic cars. So when he was just doing his round, he got a car, a shell.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
How do you call them? Like
scrap metal, but in a shell of a
Yes.
Yes.
You're right. Call it like a project car.
Yes.
So he got this car, and it was like, by the way, I've got a project car, very nice and all that. I just, if you have any ideas when I make it, when it's finally moving, you can use it on your shoots.
So this is not scrap metal. What am I saying? Scrap metal. This is a proper project car.
It's a project car. It can move on the wheels, but it has no engine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the interior is shaky, and it's like, you guys, whenever you have a shoot, and I'm like, by the way, at this time we already scrapped the idea of using the car because it can't fit, and the other scenes work for that place. So I just got an idea. I was like, by the way, this car we can lift it up because it was small. We lift it up to the studio, turn it on the side, and through the door. We're determined it has to get there. Push it through the door, get it to the studio, shoot Chimano's scenes. Toa. It is good to go. Yeah. Free car. The guy is like, Sawa, you guys use my car. We took it, The moment now is we put it on the side. We want to put it in.
Too big.
too big because of what? We didn't figure out. We measured even the top to the bottom, but we didn't measure the tires.
Oh.
So it enters, but it can't fit because of the tires. We have no time to remove the tires and all that. It will take, and this is like the whole morning. So somebody comes up with an idea, because this car is closed, why not make it a convertible? Then it will fit. And you know, guys are just joking like, hii ni scrap, tukate tu juu, alafu itachomelewa. And the owner's like, I'm cutting gari yangu. So anyway, after convincing him, we cut it off. We got a welder, haraka. Simu got a welder from Gara, comes to the studio. This guy is chopping off the top part of the car.
Convertible,
making it a convertible. Chop the bottom part, put it through the door. Now it fits perfectly. Put it inside the studio. We do the video.
Tuende kazi.
Ni sauti sharp.
And just
More, you know, I don't want to say like, let's like more guy kind of like, you know, fucking epic, man. But don't do too much like over, like, because you look super cool, man. You're very cool, man. You should just, you know, own it, embrace it.
I wanna kiss you tender and deeper. Let's make love.
Start doing these other scenes. We're even now changing ideas on set.
So do you oil the brothers? Because those guys are looking oily.
Like after every 10 minutes. Paka mafuta. Paka oil. They're there, they just press up. These guys are, they're really, everybody's into it.
But they were chiseled. I mean, like those guys had gone gym.
Yes, and guys hadn't seen them like that. So of course, because the last time they saw them, of course, they looked good. But now this time, bare chest, nini, everybody's chiseled, nini. We start, we pray, we start the shoot, and we're shooting there. Mind you, the whole night, the previous night, we've been there creating the sets. So Savara's scene, we change it up, and you're like, because I had an idea, but when the painter painted it, I was like, when I saw it in the morning, I was like, doesn't work. Change up the colors, change up the ideas. We start shooting. My boy, Protisa, he gets an office chair, cuts the top of it, puts a platform, and that's what we use for BN scene, the one where he's rotating on the screen. So like on the behind the scene, I'll give you the behind the scene. It has never been released. But I have the full behind the scene. Where this thing guys down there pulling it.
Wow.
Okay, guys.
So
let's fucking shoot. Yes, somebody pray for us.
I will pray. We're about to shoot the video for Sauti Sol's new song, and we pray that you will help us for it to be the awesomest it can be. Please help everybody to concentrate and everybody to give their all. We thank you for the support. We pray all this in the name of Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Marek says he wants 20. I give him 20, man. I'm just 20.
Yes, 20.
Nice. There we go. You
We're just using any
You're being creative.
Yes, you're being creative.
And this happens in all your shoots, eh?
Yes.
Where you have to, I mean, even today where we're shooting, like we've had to move. We've had to we've had to switch up and come and change because that's touch this wood place. The other room where we had this wasn't there.
Yeah.
So we have had to come switch, make this room work. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So that happens in this world. Nothing goes perfectly.
Yeah.
So is that a characteristic of that you have to be as a video director, to be agile and flexible?
For me, I like being on toes, like deciding, like making creative decisions based on where we are, because I think that's how we train your brain. That's how you train your brain into now being more creative. Like, you're not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with.
You're not locked.
I'm not locked. Like, I can get here and decide let's switch it up. And the moment I train my brain to be like that, it doesn't mean like every time I'm going to a place I have to change. But in case something goes bad,
you're looking for the best.
Yeah, in case something goes bad, I can easily just adjust.
But you sound like you've even gotten to the level where even if you had a good plan and you see something better, you're willing to adjust.
And I change it completely.
What?
Yes. So we finished the video, do the scenes, we're happy.
Uko Savara is singing
yeah, he's singing, he's lifting up on the set and all that. And immediately that night, I'm already editing.
What?
So I'm the one editing.
You were excited?
I was very excited. I'm the one editing because I'm also excited just bring things together. And also these are new things for them.
Let me ask you actually, when you're shooting like BN's performance, how many takes do you do?
So I was how I started it, if I remember, it's a wide shot and it's just the same. It's a filmmaking trick to move faster. I'll start with a wide, I'll get to like a medium, we call it like a cowboy shot. And I love that shot where you just you're shooting just on top of the knee here. Then you get to a medium and of course you get to a close-up. So of course when I'm doing, and every take I'm doing one take. And I'm also shooting it on slow motion. Yeah, so because you're going to play it back on 25 frames per second, which is like real time, the normal way you see. So for me, I shoot it double that frame rate.
Why is that quality?
So now, not even quality, to save time. Because if I'm, for example, if you see Nishike, the way it starts, it starts with this slow motion where he's rotating.
Yes.
That was actually a performance shot where he's singing. But because I shot it on slow motion, I don't have to finish shooting you fast on your shots, then I change it to slow motion, then I shoot for like extra shots. So because I've shot on slow motion on that, the part where you're not singing, he's not singing the whole song. In the beginning where he's just waiting for the song, he's doing his stuff, he's vibing. At the chorus or Savara's part, he's actually even vibing. He's just vibing, and maybe once in a while, he might sing Savara's part.
Yes.
So if I'm doing that, what I've done, I've already gotten your performance shot, and I've already gotten B-rolls.
B-rolls. Yes.
On slow motion, because I'll cut it with slow motion.
Wow.
So I've saved time instead of going back to do the same shot like on slow motion. I'll move forward. So
basically, you start the song from beginning to end. Yes. Whether it's your verse or not.
Yes.
Where fanya vitu.
Yes. Unless it's very specific to a certain part. That's what I do. Start beginning to end. When you're not singing, give me vibes, like just vibe. Vibe. Yeah, smile, do stuff and all that. And we take different versions.
Yes.
I was doing BN when he's just singing alone, BN with the model. So just getting that, and I was able now to move very fast.
I get it.
Within like I think an hour or two, I was already done with BN. Him is already changed now. He's looking at other people's set, and also because this video is very specific. Also in terms of the direction that you wanted.
I don't. Is there a performance shot of all of them?
No.
Yes. I was like, you broke your rule.
Yes. Because I'm like, even for there, we were like, can we do? And I'm like, no. The idea was also to bring the characteristics of everybody.
Of the individuals.
Yes. Even in terms of what they're doing right now, like everybody's doing their album. So that you see the characters. So that was the idea. Everybody, their own set. Everybody has their own set. And it's changing. So when you're done within an hour or something, an hour and a half, done with BN, him is done for the day. Now he's just looking at what other people are doing.
Yes.
We get to the next person was Polycarp. We get his scene, and this is also interesting because this one of the scenes where we're getting Polycarp not playing the guitar. Because we also want to show his character, and for me it's very important to show this, like the face, because we always remember the faces.
Yep.
Okay, Brenda, come.
You in the sexy side.
Still on that. Still on that. Still on that.
I hope utakumbuka tumejamiana alafu sasa tunarudiana.
Bado dema kwa side nilikuwa nataka kumsaidia. Nilikuwa nataka kumpa mkono lakini nikakumbuka ni wewe.
Wewe ni tan kabisa mkichwa.
Tatu hivyo body almost cut. So his face, we get to Savara's scene. This time he's pumped up, does a scene, very interesting. When you get now finally to Chimano's scene. And it moves from the first scene to the last scene, and you get to see their characters.
Yep, that's true.
And the things are changing at Savara's. It changes to black and white. It changes back to color. And we finish it off, and everybody is happy. At that time, we're even singing now, Surayako.
So, okay, so you guys
Yes.
finished the shoot.
Yes.
You've started editing Uko.
Yes.
What happens? Do you take them, is it the first edit which makes it in, or did you do many edits?
So I did like about a day or two. I've already done, compiled. Araka. I go to their studio. They're recording at Pangani. You get up there, those guys are there, they're recording Surayako there. And with around the board, they already played the keys or something. I get there, they're like, guys, let's watch it. And we watch it, and they're like, we'll play it again. And they're like, tuitoele usiku.
What?
So we wanted to create a whole thing around this whole Nishike vibe. So it's the first time now we did a proper press reveal in a way of the video. So we did an event was it at Sankara? I think it was Sankara rooftop. We did an event, invited the media, and they were all very curious to see what these boys have been up to. Because after Still the One, we were quiet for a while. So it's like, okay, a new song. Because now we were now like the best band, pop, top artist in the country. Like, what are they up to now? Let's see. So we played the song at the event, and you could see reactions. People were in shock. I was like, what? Others are so excited. Like it was literally 50-50.
And nobody no one on the gray area.
Nobody. It's either you hate it, or you love it, or applaud the move, or you respect the move but don't like it, whatever it is. So after the event, the video goes public.
YouTube.
I think that midnight. Did you release midnight or the next morning? The next morning.
Tuitoele usiku.
What?
Like, really, guys, everybody loved it because immediately you could just see it. You're like, it is working. What? And I didn't think we had changes. We did not have changes, I think, if I remember well.
Yeah.
They're like, we release it. They're like, okay, it's I can't remember when it was, like on a Monday or Tuesday, and they're like, we release it at the course of a week. And they had a publicist, Anyiko.
Yes.
So these guys, they're like, Anyiko, as we're done our part, whenever you feel want to release it, let's wait. So at that time, I'm also sat down with Anyiko, and you're trying to, I'm giving her the high resolution, and we release it. And we release it at midnight. Release it out within like 30 minutes. That's at night. I think it was either midnight or 1.
Yeah.
Within like the first 30 minutes, guys are already on their neck on Twitter. Yo, you guys have lost it. What is this? And you're like, do we pull it down? They're like, no. Retweet everything. If you're saying it's bad, Nini, retweet. Nini, Sauti Sol, you've lost it. Sauti Sol retweeted. And it just started getting viral. By the time it was getting into the morning, guys are like, out there, I've seen. And it was going viral. It was going crazy. Now, out there, the numbers are going up. I'm getting calls, they're getting calls.
In fact, I was going to ask you, now for you as the video producer, are you getting calls? Are other producers, first of all, the lighting on that and the color grading and just the look and feel of that was just on its own level.
Yeah.
So are you now getting want to? And Enos Olik was already Gina,
Yes.
already, but this one now just put you on another level now.
So I'm getting a lot of calls. Guys are like, hey. I'm getting fellow directors like, how did you do it? In the morning, actually. I'm already getting calls for work. Guys are like, by the way, I wanted to do something like that. Like, I don't know, last year, then I chickened out. Guys are like, I want to do something like that. I'm getting calls for now from friends, Nini, guys, every kind of person. Guys are like, lakini sio coach. So ngepata nguo. A lot of friends in here, and I'm like, regardless, at the end of the day, as much as you're entertaining, you're also trying to educate guys. And I'm also, regardless of whatever way it goes, for me, it had to look good. Yeah. Regardless if you say it is bad or if it's whatever you feel, at the end of the day, you have to say, but it looks good though.
Yes.
That was my main aim.
So Nishike is released. It caused a huge like row. All our people who are purportedly our sponsors are like, we're not touching you guys again. And it's like 4 or 5 months of no work.
So you guys were cancel culture. You were cancelled.
We're the first blacklisted. And we had never played a show outside Kenya at that time into Africa, like into, you know. And immediately, actually we had played a show outside Kenya. We played in Ethiopia, but that was a long time ago. But now, pop show, like.
Yep.
And because nobody in Kenya is calling us, the phone rings. We're called to Tanzania to perform Nishike, which has blown up in Tanzania. And we're like, this is phenomenal. How much are they paying us? They're paying us 500 G's.
Whoa, what was your rate at that time?
$5,000.
Let me ask, just back
that time I was being paid 150K, SG 130. We're here. Now TZ have come and they've given us $500,000. The boys are now in Dar es Salaam. And then but we went to Dar actually, and we started performing in Dar. Because we had a
You realized you had a fan base. Beyond Nishike, they even knew the other songs.
Nazizi. People were singing our music. So we realized we've just never come to activate this fan base because they were singing our music from way before. Then we got a show in Uganda. So Nishike was taking us places. Then we got a show in Nigeria.
Yo.
We went to Nigeria and I remember we went to a footballers party. And one of the footballers who was there, like these are like guys who are playing in Europe. His girlfriend saw Savara and went like, I love this man. I've seen him in some videos. That chick made all of us be kicked out of the party.
Savara, not that chick, ni Savara.
Savara alifanya vichujo. But anyway, we started like Nishike opened doors for us now continentally. Malawi.
Yo.
People in Malawi are now, hey, ati, sing for us Nishike. Like, take off your shirt, take off your shirt. It became a thing, like, you know.
And now the comments come in, you know, oh, you guys have lost it. Others are like, hey, this is amazing. Literally, it was 50-50, I kid you not.
Yeah.
And that night, we couldn't sleep well. Like, everyone was just anxious.
If I was going to ask you, yeah.
No, well, I couldn't sleep, and I'm sure everyone else could not sleep. Yeah, we spoke about it. Yeah, people could not really sleep, waiting for the video to go public. Because now you've seen reactions of the media.
And there's no turning back.
There's no turning back. It's gonna go live at 8 a.m. And at 8 a.m. we have to be at one of the stations. I don't remember where we launched the single. On radio. So everyone is just like, wah. So it comes out and there's mixed reactions and some people love it, some people don't like it. Others are like, yeah, but you know, also there's a good balance with also African men objectifying themselves, expressing themselves sexually, you know, blah, blah, it's always the other way around. Others are like, no, but you see, this is not the Sauti Sol we know. You guys have lost it. So gigs now, at that point, by the way, we are hot cake corporate band. Hot cake. Yeah. Every party, all the corporates, it's Sauti Sol. It's either Eric Wanaina at that point, Sauti Sol.
When you missed out on Eric Wanaina's story.
Yes.
But you'll come back.
I'll tell you. So it's either Eric Wanaina or Sauti Sol. And also our bands are kind of the same.
Yeah,
it's Izo and Aaron sometimes just come to play with us. So we lost Rather, we didn't have gigs maybe for 2 months.
They shut that up
completely.
And let me ask, for you, I've always wondered, because you were playing in church.
I was gonna go there just now.
Okay, go there.
Just now, yeah. So for me, yes, I was playing in church, which was also my other way.
Can start first. The corporate wakazima tap.
Kabisa. So corporate wakazima tap. So, and at that time, money from gigs is our main income. So we're like, okay, this rent now for 65K, how are we going to pay? All these things that we need, how are we going to sustain our lifestyle? So me, I'm playing in church for many reasons. Number one, I just wanted somewhere to play every
week,
every weekend. Number two, I just loved the vibe of church at that time where I was playing. I was playing at Mavuno
MDT. Yeah.
MDT. So we were together. Were you there?
No, I was in the other Mavuno.
Okay. I was playing at MDT with Andrew actually, and even Savara. Sometimes he would come
to
play. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So play at MDT. I hope they don't come at me.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I just want no
love lost. No love lost. So playing at MDT, and then when the song comes out, I kind of anticipated that it would cause issues now in church. And I remember it was Andrew, because he was the MD, came to me, he's like, he wasn't really straight to the point, because he's my friend also. It's like, there's a way, like it's somebody just saying you cannot be allowed to play in church anymore. So it's like, okay, I understand, but it's perfectly fine. And for me, I'm also thinking this is also part of my income that is being cut.
Because they were paying.
Yeah, exactly, And this, I'm not getting these other corporate gigs. So I'm like, it's cool. It's fine. I completely understand. I respect it.
Were you hurt though?
In a way, yes, but in a way I understood, to be honest.
Okay.
So I was hurt, yes, but I understood. I'm like, yes, I understand. Maybe they're like, maybe when some chick can look at you in a different way when you're there on stage. Now you're sex object.
Nishike Mungu.
Well, but I completely understand. Like, I made this choice. I made it myself, and I'm ready to suffer the consequences. It's fine. So now mixed reviews, but now what Nishike did for us is, I think it's one of the biggest turnarounds in our career, is now the rest of Africa were like, who are these boys? Because you remember now, there's the beat now in Kenya.
Yes.
But now there's Channel O and Trace. Where for a Kenyan artist to get to there was very difficult.
Yep.
Very difficult. Like, if you have a video on Channel O, you've made it.
Yep.
You've made it. So still the one now had started already playing on Channel O once in a while. Like, oh, okay, that's why this song is big. Good. Now Nishike got on rotation. Channel O and what is the other one?
And also remember,
MTV.
Yes, and also remember at the same time, YouTube now is YouTube. So I remember Nishike went viral on YouTube.
We got 100,000 views in one day, which is equivalent to 1 million now in a day.
Exactly.
So it was 100K views. I remember even doing an acceptance video, appreciation video on Instagram. We even made a song, 100,000 views in one day. Thank you. We love you. Something like that.
In the mix of all this drama.
In the midst of all this drama, because people are actually watching. You even go to the analytics, you see, like, people are watching the song from beginning to end. It's not just
watch time,
2 seconds and then they're done. And then now Africa now was like, what? Who are these boys? Where are they from? So Channel O, MTV were playing the song like crazy. So now we are Kenya is here shunning us, but the rest of Africa is very interested now. They're like, who are these? Because this is the first time now we are coming out to Africa properly, and they're seeing, what we are about. On Channel O and MTV together, it's like, and that time there's no, like, people would rather watch Channel O and MTV than watch videos on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we were like, it was huge. And then, funny enough now, as we're still in studio recording, now the idea for Sura Yako comes out.
So when you said it brings about interest, do you get called for gigs?
Not yet.
Or not yet?
So this is interest now of who are these? Curiosity first.
Yes, I get what you mean.
Who are they? Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, so. It's still like maybe a month into the song.
And how are you mentally doing?
We are
because this is a testing one.
Crazy. So this is now. I think this is the first time we were trolled on Twitter properly, like trending on Twitter for a whole week. Everyone just discussing Sauti Sol. Everyone feeling like they owe us, or they own us rather.
And you've let us down.
Yeah,
or you're doing great.
yeah. It's like, but it was a perfect, like it was 50-50. I kid you not. It was just very interesting to watch.
But mentally, how are you guys doing? Because being trolled,
it's for the first time. It was bad. It was bad. Like some of us are just depressed in a way. Good thing is we had some money to keep us going, even without the gigs. Like just kidogo money to keep us going. But it was very tough. Even when you go around, I can't go to church anymore where I used to love to go, for example. Our parents now. But my mom knew of the song, and I think she was told by someone about the song, but she never really watched it because YouTube was not that big then.
Yeah.
She can't really access YouTube, or she doesn't really know about. She doesn't really know. And she's in Shags, so yeah, no channel O really, so it's perfectly fine. But she knew of a song, so it's like, ini ngoma gani? Mama usijali. So unajua these things we have to do sometimes. It's for the entertainment.
So family starts calling.
Yeah, but they're not satisfying or anything.
Yeah,
they're
of
just,
course.
Yeah, just actually checking up on us. Like, are you guys okay? Mko sawa? Okay, cool. Msijali, everything will be fine. It's all good.
Was the fact that you had each other a pillar?
100%. Being together in the house, because we lived together, we were literally always together. Always, all the time. And now we put all that energy in finishing the album. Yeah, because now we're in studio every day again. Recording. It's
not like you've got gigs.
Nothing, yeah. We don't have gigs. We don't have much. We don't. Maybe we did one in that time, but we didn't have any gigs. Not even that I remember. So this is mid, I don't know what year that would be. We can check the release date, but I think 2011 maybe. So this is mid-year. So I think we released Nishike May or June. So this is mid-year now. All these things are happening.
So two things I learned from that is the first thing, you should be answerable to your craft and your craft alone. Like in life, you pick a master. And I was taught this by my life coach. Either you serve your gift or you serve society. And as a musician, you own access to your gift. So like, whatever you want to sing about it because other people will feel it. And if you choose to serve your gift, society will align itself to follow you as you to support your dream to serve your gift. But if you serve society, if Sauti Sol didn't sing Nishike and did what was good for society, we would never have crossed these borders. Okay, we would have, but Nishike accelerated the process. You know? Changed our money too, like our money game.
Nishike changed your money game.
100%. Like I didn't even come back here to be paid like what I used to be paid for after that. Or that now we said, in Kenya now we want $250,000.
Okay, but let me ask you, real talk, how did it feel to be locked out by your own people? So
it's okay, like
did it affect you self-esteem? Did it hurt you?
It didn't mean that people are not listening to us, it just meant that people who are listening to us are not the people who we anticipate. Like Sauti Sol is a family brand at all times. Sometimes, I mean, I don't like to say that, but when you do something like Nishike now, everybody wants to box you and tell you what you're meant to do. But the people who really are fans of you don't care what you do. As long as it's nice, it's tasteful, they take it. And so, would I do it Nishike again? Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. Upset the
You were being true to yourself.
Yeah, I was being true to myself. That's how I felt at the time. I felt really sexy, man.